Okay, boys and girls, I'm gonna go over the first two of part one and the first two of part two with you. So part one, we're just circling the preposition. That's all I want you to focus on. And we have Jason, Colt, and Brady walked across the street. So we gotta figure out who we're talking about and what their relationship is. We're talking about these boys and the street. Well, what's the relationship between the boys and the street? And if I look at my interactive notebook sheet, that might help me with some preposition ideas in case I'm still a little unsure. I could see maybe the word across is on there. Now let me just double check. Does that make sense? Jason, Colt, and Brady, they're across the street. Yep, okay. Across is my preposition. So again, use that interactive notebook page. It's on Schoology. The slides for the PowerPoint that I have the video with are also on there, so you can screenshot that slide as well and keep that on your iPad if you need some extra help. Number two, our classroom is near the principal's office. So we're talking about the classroom and the principal's office. What's their relationship? How do they relate? Well, the classroom is near the principal's office. So all you're doing for 3 through 6 is just finding that preposition. That's the only job you have. Now down here, you have to find both the preposition and then that prepositional phrase that follows. Now, you're not going to always highlight the entire rest of the sentence or underline the rest of the sentence. It doesn't make sense. You're going to underline just a chunk that makes enough sense. Just the preposition and what relates to it afterwards. And sometimes there's more than one. So that's why I wanted to do this with you, because it gets a little bit tricky. So the first one says, after his accident, Ezra cried all night with his mom. So there are two things. There's one key person in here. We have Ezra, right? And he has to relate to his mom and an accident. So how does Ezra relate with his mom? Well, we can't use cried because that's a verb. So he is with his mom. So that's your preposition, right? With. Your prepositional phrase. It's everything that goes with the word with. So with his mom. Now, how does Ezra relate with the accident? Well, after his accident. So we have the word after. Ezra relates to the accident because it was afterwards. And after his accident is your entire preposition. Prepositional phrase, I'm sorry. Let's look at number 8. Mrs. Sweat wrote a poem to her husband on their anniversary. So let's see. We have Mrs. Sweat wrote a poem to her husband on their anniversary. So she's writing a poem. How does that relate to their anniversary? How does her writing a poem relate to their anniversary? Well, my preposition would be on, right? She wrote the poem on their anniversary. Now, what's my prepositional phrase? Well, anything that relates to that afterwards. So, on their anniversary. That is those are your examples for that last section. The rest of it is on your own, doing down here, doing both the preposition and the prepositional phrase. Sound good?